Hi, my name is Valerie Fagali, and I wanted to personally welcome you into the Wellness Vault. When I was working full time as a health and nutrition coach, I was spending so many hours on the back end creating personalized meal plans and guides in order to get my clients the results that they deserved. Now, this was taking time away from my clients and it was draining. So, I wanted to create something for wellness practitioners, not only to increase the value of what it is you provide so that you can charge more for your services, but also to give you your time back and let you go do the things that you enjoy in life outside of work. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. When you first enter the Wellness Vault, you will see this monthly edition. This is where you'll find the new recipe bundle, the new meal plan, 4 new client ready guides, and 20 new social media posts every single month. If you scroll down, you'll see all of the content from previous months. The first thing you're going to want to do is head over to this settings section. You can add your own logo, brand name, website, fonts, and colors and play around with it so you can see what it looks like in this preview section. And this will carry through to your individual recipes, your meal plans, and your recipe bundles. Now, we have this whole other section called the resource section, and this is where you can find your protocols, challenges, ebooks, how-to guides, and so much more. Don't look over this section because there is a ton of value here. What I would do is I would scroll through all of them. We have these 4 different tabs here at the top. Scroll through them and see what's here and what you can use with your clients, and then favorite the ones that you want to come back to later. You can go to this section up here, show favorites, to show the ones that you had toggled on that you really want to potentially use with your clients. These can be used in digital programs, group coaching programs, courses with your one-on-one clients as challenges, and so much more. So for example, if you go into this clean eating challenge, you can go into edit, and these are all fully editable in Canva. So you can add pages, delete pages, change the colors, the fonts, the design, whatever it is you like, but you no longer have to start from scratch. Now, if we head back over to the Wellness Vault, inside of this recipe section, we have this filter tab. And this filter tab you'll find within the meal planning and recipe bundle section as well. With the filter tab, you can either search for number of ingredients, preparation time, tags. So this is where you would either exclude big food groups or look for more subjective tags such as family friendly or anti-inflammatory. But if you're taking out a major food group, so say grains, right, you can search for grain free here and toggle that, add that as your tag. Now you can also go into the nutrition section and you can search for a certain calorie range, or maybe you want a certain number of grams per protein, whatever it is you wish. Set your filters and then hit apply, and all the recipes that fit within that criteria that you chose will populate. One great use for these recipes is within your newsletters, your email newsletters. You can use these as you can go to share and toggle this on and click this share button. And then when you share this with your client, you can attach it to an email. This is what it will show on their end. They can even adjust the serving size for their end if they wish. So these are really fun to add as little bonus within your newsletters or any other way that you want to share individual recipes with your clients. Now, we also have the whole meal planning software. So we have done for you templates that you can edit if you wish. So let's say we went into this Primal Plate template. You can copy it, and then you can make any changes you want. So let's say your client doesn't eat eggs. You can go ahead and remove this recipe and then potentially, whoops, did I remove the whole column? I think I did. Oh, I removed the whole column. Sorry about that. So let's see if we want to remove this recipe. And then if we want to search under the nutrition tab, let's say we're looking for, again, let's say dairy-free this time, and we want a certain calorie range, you can go ahead and set those parameters. Your meals will show, and you can go ahead and drag and drop any of these right into that area. So you can pick it up, drag it, drop it right into that area. You can toggle on leftovers if you wish. And then I want to show you what this would look like. Since I deleted a column, I'm going to go back. I want to show you what it looks like from the share. So once you have it saved, you can copy this. And then when you share it with your client as a link, it's going to show like this on their end. They're going to have the whole shopping list populate here. They can also click on any of these recipes and it will give them the details of the recipe. Since they're having leftovers the following day for this one, it tells them to make 2 servings and they're having leftovers the following day. So it makes it really, really simple for your client. So that's a huge benefit of sharing it as a link. They can go to each individual link, each individual week. They can look at the nutrition data. Let's say they go to this recipe and for dinner, they're cooking for their family. They can go ahead and bump up the recipe there to cook for their family as well if they want to see it as a recipe for 4 people instead of for 2 people, as an example. Now, if we go back here, you can also export these. So you can go to this export button and this will download it as a PDF. So say you're attaching it to a course and you just want it as a PDF for them to download, you can do it that way as well. Now we have this whole recipe bundle section. So if you're creating recipe bundles, you maybe aren't creating strict meal plans, you can do that in here as well. A lot of coaches just want to provide the healthy recipes that fit within a certain diet type. So for example, this GAPS diet plan, right? GAPS is a really restricted diet plan. People have a hard time finding recipes. Maybe you just want to provide them with this recipe bundle for recipes that they can use and still stay on a GAPS program. We have dozens of different templates that you can choose from, or you can add and create your own, again, from that add button and use the filter just like I showed you before. And then it's a simple drag and drop. So let's say we wanted these dill burgers for lunch. We can drag and drop them here, hit save, and move on from there. You can add the cover photos as well. Once you start to bring more recipes in, you'll see that when I go to this cover image area, I can choose from the cover images that were within each section. So if I go back to this meal planning section, I want to show you how you can create a meal plan from scratch or from the Automator. If I start within the blank plan and I hit test, I'm going to take out the snack column. And then again, you can filter. So, okay, now we are inside of the blank program. We set it up here and we can go ahead and filter for any recipes we want. I won't show you that again since I just showed you how to do that. And then you just simply drag and drop over. So setting from the blank program is very simple and straightforward. Now, if you wanted to set it up from the Automator, you go to the Automator, you're going to hit test again, and then untoggle these. Or you can if you want. I always take out snacks when I use the Automator because it is somewhat restricted. For example, if you add the high protein tag, our high protein criteria is for anything that's over 28 grams of protein. And so you're not often going to get snacks that fit in with that criteria. So if you're having a hard time with the Automator and it's not populating a plan, you need to make the parameters not as narrow. So one way of doing that is taking out snacks. And then you can choose your macro range. So I'm going to go for a balanced program. You can set the calorie range here, whatever you want it to be. You can toggle on or off leftovers if you want leftovers. Again, you can add those tags. So let's say we want an anti-inflammatory meal plan this time. And then I hit create and the system will create a plan for you based on those parameters that you set. So let's go ahead. I'm going to refresh this screen. We don't need to wait for that to load. And then we can go down to one other thing I wanted to show you in this meal planning section, because I get asked this a lot, is how you can, so if I copy this, you can actually change the number of people here too. You can upgrade it to 2 people, and now the meal plan will save for 2 people. The last thing we have are these social media graphics. So these are all within Canva. They're fully editable. We have all different categories. We have hundreds of social media graphics. You can add your own photos, backgrounds, colors, fonts, whatever you wish, and post these on your page as kind of filler posts. People want to see you too, so make sure you're showing up on your page as well. But these can be filler posts to post more frequently and really train the algorithm that you are active on your social pages. So I know that was really quick. This was a bird's eye view of the system. I just wanted to show you each section to make sure you know what is in here and what's available to you. To get into more details, go to this how-to videos section. In here, it will go through more detail on every single section so that you can really maximize the use of your plan. So if you have any questions, head back to here, go to this contact us button. This is the quickest way to get a hold of us. You'll just submit your question here. These are all not mandatory to fill out. Submit your question, and then we will get back to you within 24 business hours. If you have any questions, I can't wait to hear from you. We also have Q&A sessions monthly, and those will be posted in our announcements, which will show up on the top of the page when there is one scheduled. So when you log in, you'll see that announcement that we have a Q&A session scheduled. So I hope to see you there as well.